coming to you live from the Kraken on White Cross, North Carolina. Now, you might wonder why I say on White Cross, North Carolina. You know, White Cross is pretty small. Just little crossroads, and small but mighty. But there has been some discussion as to whether you'd say I'm in White Cross or maybe I'm on, or I'm at White Cross. Been a while since I did this, obviously. I like to say I'm on White Cross. That's how it makes me feel, man. Like a drug. White Cross story here for you. She drove a farm all from 56. I never seen one do that before. She backed up to the sled and hitched, put in a distance and a little bit more. I met my baby at the tractor pull. I met my baby at the tractor pull. She dropped the hammer on my heart and soul. I met my baby at the tractor pull. I saw that woman and I lost the wheel, going faster than I should have gone. Now I'm older and I got the feel. I can pull steady all night long. I met my baby at the tractor pull. Come on. I met my baby at the tractor pull. She dropped the hammer on my heart and soul. I met my baby at the tractor pull. Red and Fords are blue. She make that old horse run like new. It ain't how fast, it's how far. We got a love that's built to last. Can't nobody compete with her now. She's the only model in her class. I met my baby at the tractor pull. Come on. I met my baby at the tractor pull. She dropped the hammer on my heart and soul. I met my baby at the tractor pull. I met my baby at the tractor pull. Sing it. I met my baby at the tractor pull. She dropped the hammer on my heart and soul. I met my baby at the tractor pull. I read somewhere that nuclear fission is next to impossible. I said fission, but I meant fusion. Even in the sun, so many billions of loves go unrequited. Where the sun is as dark as your dreams, though the odds are against it. Two protons come close enough to feel that life can be bigger. And across the great void, the blue eye of an ocean blinks in the blinding light of small chances, enough to make out two lovers awakening. With a fire so hot, it seems impossible. Given enough time, in absolute darkness, however improbable, love is inevitable.
Well, howdy, folks. Welcome to Storytime with Johnny Waken. I'm Johnny Waken. So sit back and relax and lend me your ear. I'll be reading from Forrest Carter's Gone to Texas. Chapter 8. The cold air had brought heavy fog to the bottoms of the Neosho. Dawn was a pale light that ghosted through weird shapes of tree and brush, made unearthly in the gray thickness. There was no sun. Lone Waddy could hear the low rush of the river as it passed close by the rear of his cabin. The morning river sounds were routine and therefore good. The kingfisher and the blue jays that quarreled incessantly, the early call, the crow scout, once that all was well. Lone Waddy felt rather than thought of these things as he fried his breakfast of fish over a tiny flame in the big fireplace. Like many of the Cherokees, he was tall, standing well over 6 feet in his boot moccasins that held, half-tucked, the legs of buckskin breeches. At first glance, he appeared emaciated. So spare was his frame, the doeskin shirt jacket flapping loosely about his body, the face bony and lacking flesh, so that the hollows of the cheeks added prominence to the bones, and the hawk nose that separated intense black eyes capable of a cruel light. He squatted easily on haunches before the fire, turning the milled fish in the pan with fluid movement, occasionally tossing back one of the black plaits of hair that hung to his shoulders. The clear call of a nighthawk brought instant movement to the Indian. Nighthawks do not call in the light of day. He moved with silent litheness. Taking his rifle, he glided to the rear door of the one-room cabin, dropped to belly, and slid quickly into the brush. Again, the call came, loud and clear. Now, as all mountain men know, the whippoorwill will not sing when the nighthawk is heard. And so now, from the brush, Lone answered with that whipping call. Now there was silence. From his position in the brush, Lone listened for the approach. Though only a few feet from the cabin, he could scarcely see it. Sumac and dead honeysuckle vine had grown up the chimney and run over the roof. Brush and undergrowth had encroached almost to the walls. What once had been a trail had long since been covered over. One must know of this inaccessible hideout to whistle and approach. The horse burst through the brush without warning. Lone was startled by the appearance of the big roan. He looked half wild with flaring nostrils, and he stamped his feet as the rider reined him before the cabin door. He watched as the rider dismounted and casually turned his back to the cabin as he uncinched saddle and pulled it from the horse. Lone's eyes ran over the man the big holstered pistols, the boot knife, nor did he miss the slight bulge beneath the left shoulder. As the man turned, he saw the white scar standing out of the black stubble, and he noted the gray cavalry hat pulled low. Lone grunted with satisfaction. A fighting man who carried himself as a warrior should, with boldness and without fear.